Welcome back, guys. Unfortunately, I had a problem with my previous recording. It corrupted and I lost the video. So we've missed 3 battles. During them 3 battles, I've sunk 3 light cruisers, an armored cruiser, and a destroyer, I believe. And I think I've lost 2 destroyers. I think so, anyway. Something along those lines. They weren't exciting battles, so you haven't missed anything really. And then in this one, it looks like it's just 1 torpedo boat versus 1 destroyer. Incredibly boring. Sadly, he's got a slight speed advantage over me, so I can't close the distance. Every time I try and close the distance, he just sails away. But if I travel parallel with him, he seems to want to just remain at approximately that distance, which is fine by me because I've got all of my guns able to hit him at this angle. So, and I'm outside of his torpedo range, so yeah, this is about as good of engagement as I'm going to get out of this battle. So once I do slow him down a bit, I can think about getting into torpedo range, so he sets off, so he releases his torpedo. At least that way, I know that he's not got a torpedo anymore, and I can close in without any risk of being caught off guard. So it looks like his torpedo's a broadside torpedo. It can't shoot behind it. So it looks like it's got a turret directly behind it. So yeah, like I say, I don't really see much point in trying to close the distance because I've only got 1 gun that can shoot forward. So if I try and close the distance, I'm only shooting with 1 gun. And he'll just sail away from me. Every time I've tried, he's done that. So I'm just going to remain at this angle until I do enough damage to be able to move in for the kill. So we're now at that position where if we want to close the distance we can. So I might do that just to speed it up a bit. I want to try and get him to fire his torpedo at me at his maximum range so I can easily avoid it. Because it can happen where you get caught off guard and eat a torpedo where you think it should never have hit you. Yeah, not terribly exciting this. I just don't want to risk getting much closer. I know for a fact that as soon as I start trying to close the distance to here or here... Oh, there we go. Managed to get him to shoot anyway. Yeah, I knew that if I tried to get too close, I was much more likely to eat a torpedo, and that's not what I want to be doing. But he's fired it now, thank God. Don't need to worry about it anymore. This should be over in a matter of seconds now. There we go. Sorted. Nice and easy. Okay, so as you can see, we're now in September, so I have missed a heck of a lot out with my corrupted recording, but there's not much you can do about it, I'm afraid. Right, looks like we're quite far ahead on victory points, although I have lost a considerable amount. I don't know where I lost them. Might be from transports getting sunk, because I have been losing transports, which can't quite understand how it's happening, because I've got 15 battleships with 20,000 range on them. Oh, that's not great. So if I've got 6 battleships with 20,000 range on, how have I not got any cover, any convoy escorting going on in the North Sea? I don't quite know what the hell's going on there. I've even got them set to sea control to see if that would make any difference, and it didn't. So we'll see if this trend continues. I've tried moving my ships to different ports to see if that made a difference, because I previously had them in Belfast, Dublin, Cork, Liverpool and Derry. Barry. Bloody hell, of course it's Barry. Barry Island, I used to live there. So yeah, basically, I was thinking if I'm losing everything in the North Sea and all my ships are over here, why is it happening when I've got such amount of battleships with amazing range on them? So I thought maybe if I move them up to Scapa Flow and to... Oh, must have just put them all in Scapa Flow. Yeah, I thought maybe if I moved them around to different ports it might have made a difference. So we'll see if that's worked. We've got a new destroyer if we want to build any more. I don't particularly think it's important since I've got 2 of them. 200 of them. Right. I only lost 1 this time, so maybe it did make a difference. Maybe if you put them in these ports, they're only protecting the Irish Sea and the English Channel. And it's only these ports that are protecting the North Sea. It doesn't make sense that that's how it works, because if it says range 20,000 kilometres, you would assume it would protect 20,000 kilometres, not a single section of sea. I know that in like Hearts of Iron you have to protect single sections of sea, but obviously you can see what's going on, so you know that that's what's happening. But yeah, that seems to have fixed the problem. Put in my battleships in Scapa Flow, so I should not take any or many more transport losses now. Thank God. So turn off the torpedoes. See if we can get some critical hits on them. In one of the missions that didn't record, I just could not get a critical hit on these armoured cruisers. They seem too well armoured, especially on the turrets. So I had to whittle them down for ages and ages and ages, and it wasn't exciting. Oh, what have we got here? 0.1 on top of his turret. Interesting. I'm wondering if he's got two different armoured cruiser designs, because I'm certain that his last one had a lot more than that. Might be getting confused. Anyway, let's see if we can pop one of these turrets off. He appears to have torpedoes, so I've got to make sure I don't get caught off guard with that. It's annoying that he's taken out my rudder. Not much I can do about that though. So the reason I'm going this side and not this side is because obviously with them going slower I'm going to end up overtaking him, and I don't want to overtake him too close and end up getting collateral damage from the shell fire that misses. So I'm just making sure I go away from this one so I don't get any of the collateral fire. No idea why they've decided to switch targets, but maybe it's something to do with the ricochet chance. That doesn't make sense because that's not a bad ricochet chance from that angle. Oh dear. Well, there goes one destroyer. We certainly haven't got good odds against these guys. What are they? 4.7. Oh dear. They're only 4 times as expensive as well, so that's not great. One thing I liked about the torpedo boats was the fact that they were so goddamn cheap that it didn't matter if you lost loads of them. Where these destroyers start to become a little bit more expensive. Sadly taken more damage. See if we can get on the other side again. No need, he's already sunk. Right, so it appears as if we're going to struggle against these armoured cruisers. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. I've done some damage to them though, so although it's going to be a terrible defeat, at least I'll make them have to spend some money on repairs. which is clearly not a very good trade. A little bit of repairs versus 4 destroyers, but that's how it goes. Yeah, their accuracy has gone through the roof compared to the light cruisers. The light cruisers couldn't hit me at all. So sadly, no critical hits this time. I'm basically relying on critical hits virtually every single... Oh, and then I get critically hit. Gutted. Yeah, every single battle, this is what I'll be relying on is critical hits. I'm never going to be able to outshoot them because of how little armour I've got. So it just simply comes down to, can I get lucky enough to pop a turret off, hopefully get a flash fire. I don't think that losing destroyers is going to be giving them too many victory points. I could be wrong. We'll have a look at the end of this battle. Well, the way that the repair costs work in this current patch is really dumb, and it actually costs 50% more to repair your ship than it does to build a new one. So, with that in mind, if I can do 66% of damage to one of their ships, one of their ships is 4 times as expensive as me, they're going to end up having to repair it and pay the same amount as I would pay losing all 4 ships, basically. I mean, I'm not going to do 66% of damage. I've done 8 and 34, so I've done 42%, so it's not bad. Obviously, I lose the crew, which is the major thing, and I lose the victory points, which is the other major thing, but all in all, although it looks like a complete disaster, I can still take the positives out of it if we've got to pay for the repair costs. Unfortunately, there's literally nothing I can do here. If I want, I can just main menu and leave battle. But I'm trying not to do that, because strange things can happen if you do that. For example, I almost lost my entire army. The enemy had an almost full health battleship remaining. So I left battle, and even though I had virtually nothing left on in the sea, and everything I did have left had no engines, somehow they lost their full health battleship. So I'm trying not to use the leave battle, because not for my own benefit, but so the enemy don't suffer unnecessary, unrealistic casualties. I mean, he's hanging on. He's done another 5%, 10%, or whatever it is, 7% damage. So I'm still, I'm still causing some repair costs to him. There we go. So you obviously can't see how long that you've put them in dry dock for, but it takes them 14 months to build. So if they have 50% damage, it'd be 7 months in the dry dock. So yeah, he had 66% and he had 85%. So 2 or 3 months there, and 66 2/3 into it. So just under 5 months. So yeah, 4 months and 2 months maybe. I'm happy with that. So I lost 1,000 victory points, which isn't good, but I've got a solid 5,000 lead on them, so I'm not too worried. Still believe I'm in a good position here. So I've actually gone into the minus somehow. I don't understand how. Oh, because, yeah, I've got 2 battleships repairing. That's how. Yeah, so if you have a look at the repair costs, it's just ridiculous. It's almost... Oh, it's actually not as bad as some of them. The repair costs don't seem to be the same for each ship. So that's not quite double. But on some ships it's more than double. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what factors they use to determine the repair costs. Well, we only lost 2 transports again, so at least we're not losing 15 or 20 like we were before, putting them in scupper flow. Looks like the enemy's building something. Okay, what have we got? 7 destroyers versus a battleship. This will be interesting. Obviously, I'm not using torpedoes, so I'm going to be trying to burn them out with HE rounds. That's the plan. I don't know if it's actually possible, because I've only got them down to 8% before. But I have lost a battleship to extensive fire before, so it's definitely possible in 1890. I just don't know whether it's possible in 1900 onwards. I think what I'm going to do is set everyone to screen this guy. And I'm just going to control them. Now really I want to... they're all shooting AP rounds, are they? What are they shooting AP rounds for? A battleship. Dummies. So really, I want to find that destroyer. Take him out if I can. But he doesn't seem to be making an appearance, which is a bit odd. He very kindly identified himself for me. So he's sailing away though, so I'll just ignore him for now. See if I can get as much damage on this battleship as possible. Fire is pretty much my only hope of destroying this battleship, so I've just got to hope I get tons and tons of fire damage. Why, just why? Thought he was going to sail straight into him. The only time that the collision avoidance doesn't work is when you actually want it to work. Okay, for some reason they've changed targets to the destroyer now. Yeah, I'm going to try and take this destroyer out, because I know that he's going to come in for a torpedo attack. And he's got 4 of them, so that's probably going to be quite painful. But I can't seem to hit them, little blighter. Here he comes again. I don't want to be shooting HE at him though, that's the problem. So I need to keep switching shell type every time I retarget between the two ships. Right, there's a high chance he's going to fire his torpedoes at me here. This could end very badly. I almost want him to fire his torpedoes so I know that he's fired them at the moment. Oh god. He should be okay, he shouldn't. Well, he's still alive. Won't be long until his torpedoes have reloaded now. Okay, that's good. We've dealt with that problem. Okay, now it's on to trying to burn out this battleship. Which is not going to be an easy task. Got a couple of fire results on him. Doing quite a bit of damage. It was an unfortunate hit on the engines. We've done 28% to him so far, so fire's not doing too bad. 189. We've actually done considerable damage just with the shells themselves. Not doing too bad. 36% now. These look like he's coming in for a ram. Nice collision avoidance going on there. Working like a dream. That was a painful one. Nasty 1,000 damage. Come on now, death from 1,000 cuts. We can do it. Look how many has been so far. 120 it looks like. Well, we've got him down to 40%, so it's going to be an extremely high cost to repair. Look at this. You can't avoid collisions with the enemy, but it can stop you from being able to do anything with your own ships. It'd be good if they could just set it so it avoids colliding with enemy ships and with shipwrecks, but it doesn't do anything with your own ships, so it just doesn't even consider your own ships as something they have to avoid. Because you don't take colliding damage, so just let them collide. It'd be far more, well, whatever the word would be, better. Suitable. Suitable isn't the right word, because obviously it's not particularly suitable for ships colliding in the first place, but the system we've got at the moment is not good enough. It'd be better to just let them collide, but only with your own ships. So it must be easy enough to code that in. Well, we've got him down to 18%, we've got some fires raging. We've got a lot of crippled ships. We've got this chap over here who doesn't seem to want to close the distance. So this is one thing that I think they should change, is on these destroyed sections, I don't think the fires should go out. Yeah, I don't think they should be able to put the fires out on them. They can burn out naturally over time, but I don't think they should actively be able to put out fires just as quickly in red sections as they do in non-destroyed sections. It doesn't make sense. If the area is destroyed, you would imagine it wouldn't be quite so easy to do some firefighting over there. So I don't know whether that's an oversight or if it's just something they haven't got round to, or if there's another reason, some conflicting code, or if it's just quite a challenging thing to code. I don't actually know, but I hope it does get changed in the future, because trying to finish a ship off with structure damage is difficult enough as it is, because you have to destroy every individual compartment. Well, if the fires keep going out on the red compartments, then obviously there's less chance of them spreading to the healthy compartments. So like that one there. So like, if that fire is going out, it's not going to spread to this one. Luckily I've managed to damage that compartment there. Right, he's on 1%. Which compartment here is not completely damaged? Is it one of these flooded ones? I can't see. I can't see which one it is. But he's down anyway. I've done it. I've finally beaten a battleship with small arms fire and nothing else. And I didn't even lose a destroyer myself, which I'm going to say that is a complete and total victory. Very happy with that result. Very happy. Okay, so I think we're going to call it there for this episode. And hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.